My name is Coca Treviño, founder of the Proyecto. Together with the MIS Barrientos Mexican American Cultural Center, we're thrilled to have another session of Spanglish series with the amazing Leslie Lozano, aka DJ Ella. Welcome, Leslie. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm doing well. How are you, Coca?
Good. I'm so thrilled to have you here. I wish we could go out there and being like having some music and drinks and fun. But for today, we'll focus on just getting to know you better. Yes, let's do this side of it that I also think it's super interesting. Because I guess we know you through your music nowadays, but we don't get to talk to you as much anymore.
Yeah. It's crazy that folks only know me as like DJ Ella, or maybe folks don't know my name, Leslie Lozano, because for so long, I don't know, I feel like the music part is very new for me.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, there's just so many other parts that I've been able to explore in Austin, and that's been super amazing. But it's still something that I have to get used to and adjust to.
Sí, y aparte la plataforma que tienes ahorita, porque, bueno, igual íbamos a llegar a ese momento un poquito después, pero exacto, como has estado trabajando en muchos diferentes aspectos, tienes diferentes groupies en todas las industrias, pero ¿me puedes platicar un poquito más de quién eres, de dónde vienes?
Yeah. I grew up in the Rio Grande Valley. Shout out the 956. For some folks, they know the Valley, the Rio Grande Valley. If I say it outside of Texas and I say the Valley, people are like, "Oh, you're from Cali?" And I'm like, "No." Don't get twisted. I grew up in the fucking border. But yeah, so grew up in the Rio Grande Valley, lived in the Corpus area, went to school in Kingsville, and I've been in Austin for 6 years now. So longer than I thought I'd be here, but it's been good. Yeah.
That's funny, yeah. Pero, ¿y cuando te mudaste acá, fue para estudiar o para que te mudaste nada más para vivir?
I was still taking my college classes. I convinced my professors to let me take online classes.
Oh, cool.
So I just couldn't be in a small town anymore. And so I was like, next thing is Austin. So I took my last semester when I was living here in Austin, but I essentially came because I wanted to pursue fashion. And
cool.
Yeah, I wanted to do fashion styling. That was the initial goal.
And that was the degree that you were pursuing, or was something else?
Yeah. I got a degree in fashion merchandising and interior design.
Wow. Yeah, and that's how I met you. I met you when you were working for I think a number of organizations, and you were doing fashion. You were doing you were in charge of some art, and you were also doing social media, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You met me when I had about 3 or 4 jobs. It was still like, ooh, I don't know how I think about those times, and I don't know how I did it, but I did it. But I remember meeting you. There was like a pop-up, a boohoo pop-up. And you introduced yourself, and you were talking about the proyecto and wanting to include different artists. And I was just like, who is this person? She's so amazing.
You're sweet. Yeah. And yeah, I guess I stalked you. I was pursuing one project in particular. I don't remember which one was it. It was like, I need like women that help me create this vision and that have like the right mindset. And yeah, and I was looking around and I found you, and I was like, okay, it's my mission to meet this lady.
Yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, so that's it. It was very impressive to me that, and then also that how young you are, and how like the go-getter attitude, like you were handling every single thing, and como dijiste de que tenías 4 trabajos y 4 trabajos que ni siquiera se tenían que ver uno con el otro, eran 4 cosas diferentes. ¿Me puedes platicar un poquito cómo podías juggle tanta información y tantos proyectos? Porque aparte eran proyectos muchos de mucha visibilidad. It's not like an office job that you were just doing. Like, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I was mainly doing it out of survival. I came to Austin and, you know, very naive, and I thought that things are just going to happen, and I was reaching out to all these stylists, and I was wanting to even just intern with folks, and people were not giving me the time of day. And I'm like, okay, I know you got to know people, but like nothing, I'm not getting anything. And so it was really difficult, and it really took like a blow to my ego, my pride, my everything, you know. But I just felt like I had to kind of create the opportunities for myself. And so, so yeah, so that's when, around that time, Boss Babe ATX co-founded it, and I was the co-founding board member there. And so I was handling, you know, the art side of that, handling all the artists coming out. And I also got a job in social media, and that was the beginning of like my social media career. I didn't think anything of it. It was still very new. People weren't using it a whole lot for marketing. It was just, they just felt the need to like have a social media presence. So that's where I stepped in. And I was still wanting to pursue fashion, and it's something I still am very passionate about. And so it just kind of, all the things happened at once, and I'm like, let me just go and do this. Yeah.
Muy impresionante. Pero también creo que todo eso te llevó a donde estás ahorita, ¿no? De que tenías idea de que estabas yendo hacia el camino de la música, o en ese momento todavía no?
No, not yet. I always wanted to pursue music. I always had been very passionate about it, but I just felt like, what would I do? You know, like I wish I could sing, but I'm not a good singer. You know, I wish I played an instrument well enough, and I didn't know where I fit. And DJing always seemed like a very distant dream, because it's not a cheap hobby. You know, it's not, you know this, it's expensive. Every little part is hundreds of dollars. And so that seemed like so far. So at the moment, I just thought I was going to continue doing work in the art fields, and I thought fashion styling was what was going to take off, and it didn't. But, you know, it's helped me along the way.
Yeah, and I remember you doing a lot of styling for different photo shoots, and I always loved it because it was so different from all what we were used to see, and you had like, such a specific voice. It was a loud voice, and I loved it. Y era muy refrescante para mí después de vivir en Austin, que, a ver, yo adoro, okay, excuse me. Pause. Backtrack. Okay, so yeah, it was so refreshing to me, like, ver esta voz y ver esta imagen y algo, porque aunque me gusta mucho la ciudad y aunque es keep it weird and blah, 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 like, honestamente, it's a little bit bland. Like, it can be. For fashion and the like publications and the brands and everything, it's a pattern that it's beautiful a lot of the times, but it's not pushing anything. Entonces, cuando vi lo que tú estabas haciendo, I was like, yeah, man, like someone's getting on the stage to be alive. Platícame de eso. Like, is that something that you were carrying with yourself with fashion, or were you also tired of the same patterns and we're just breaking all the things?
Yeah, I just thought everything was very safe, and I still think, granted, now with social media, and I see a lot of artists kind of pushing their boundaries. When I say artists, I'm thinking of like fashion in particular right now. But I see people pushing boundaries, and I see more visibility for folks that look like me, for Black folks, for queer folks, everybody. So shout out to social media for that. But when I first got here, it just felt very, very safe. And I didn't see anybody that looks like me. I still have some issues with some publications because they don't do a good job of representing. Once in a while, they'll throw a Black woman on for Black History Month. Once in a while, they'll throw a Hispanic, Latinx person for Latinx history. You know, it's just very like, I notice it, and I see what you're doing, and you think you're making change, but we still have a long way to go. But yeah, I didn't it didn't seem fun. And I think it's supposed to be fun, especially with like our cultura and, you know, where we come from. Everything is lively and everything is full of passion, and it's loud, and it's not shy. It's in your face, you know. And I was missing that, and so I'm like, you know what? I don't know if anyone's gonna care. I don't know if anyone's gonna see this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And so I did, and thankfully, like folks like you, like received it well, and I found, I think, my people throughout that time and those processes.
That's awesome. Yeah, and also fashion is something that speaks very a lot of different languages, which is really cool because it connects the music and it connects the social and it connects all these things. And I think that was a very smart way for you to focus on and algo que te iba a dar visibilidad en muchas áreas, no nada más en una industria. And yeah, I and also like I guess through that, like, and then we have dear friends in common, like Nina and Aki and all these people that, again, they were everyone on their own niche, but we were all looking to the same places. And I guess that helped just build a community. And building community is something that you do very well. I want to know about, like, it again, like, is this intentional? Or it was like a resource of, like, I don't have my tribe here, let's find it, or there are, como estabas diciendo, de que no hay gente que me represente dónde están y las busco. ¿Has estado siempre interesada en comunidad o es algo que fuiste creando poco a poco?
I think when I first moved to Austin, I was really sad and I didn't have friends, and I didn't see anybody that looked like me, but I'm like, okay, y'all really love tacos out here. Y'all really love Dia de los Muertos. Y'all really love margaritas and want to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, even though we don't. You know, I'm like, so the culture is here. Where are the people? And that's what I was looking for. And so it was, again, a way of survival for me, because I needed it. I came from the border. You know, I'm like used to like nonstop, like Tejano culture, Mexicano culture, all of that. And so I craved it, and I felt so isolated out here. So for me, it was a way to survive in Austin. So I'm like, girl, you already did it. You signed a lease. We got to make this. You know? And so when I set out, it was for myself. But over time, I realized that community is very important to me, and it's something that I really value. And I think it's necessary, especially in a city like Austin. But yeah, it's something that I think I want to continue doing. It's kind of pivoted as I've, like, you know, gotten into DJing and stepped away from nonprofit work, but it's still a focus of mine in a lot of that I do.
Yeah, and we can see that on your performances lately, because, okay, just fast forward a little bit, like, ahora estás haciendo música y estás animando fiestas y estás involucrada en organización de eventos de ciertos tipos, todo eso con el aspecto de comunidad. Y cuando y ahora después de la pandemia, que fuiste de las primeras de ponerte las pilas y ponerte a hacer live streaming y haciendo comunidad y comunicándote mucho. A mí me llama mucho la atención de que no nada más pones música en, like, you're out or anything, but it's very engaging, and not everyone can pull it off. Like, I honestly, like, I get super annoyed whenever I'm seeing something and they're just like, hey so-and-so, and say, like, good evening, like, I'm like, what is this? But you actually pull it off and engaging and having conversations while you're playing music, it almost feels like you're at the party, and that's very cool. It's very nice to feel. So yeah, can you take us a little bit on the journey on you starting to get, like, super solid in music and the city, and then this thing happening and having to pivot again?
Yeah, I laugh because it was going so well. Like, it still is, but I had finally gotten to a point where I could just DJ full time. And I was like, girl, we made it. We did it. And we did. I did it. But with COVID, it took a fast turn for a lot of us. And it's been a big process on letting go and just kind of sitting in what is now, and not bashing myself for not predicting a world pandemic, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, when I've been DJing since end of 2017, 2018, I feel like I really got a lot of gigs and recognition from folks that I really love this spring of 2018. And so I just kept going, and things just happened really fast, and the community was so accepting and gave me so many opportunities. So it really took off. But now with this pandemic, a lot of us have had to adapt and figure out what works for us. And I've been doing a lot of online gigs, and I've been, figuring out different ways that I can still be within music, but not necessarily have to be, DJing at like a bar while everyone wears masks, which is something that, I might have to do, but in this moment, it's not something that I want to do. But yeah, it's been difficult. It's had its ups and it's had its downs, but with online streaming, I think that's what's given me a lot of hope. Seeing communities being made, genuine, real communities through Twitch. Who would have thought?
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant. What the first time that someone told me, like, yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, I knew it for gaming, and so people kept telling me to get on Twitch, and I'm like, if it's anything like Instagram Live, like I don't enjoy Instagram Live because I don't feel like it's a platform built for an engaging community. It's very limited. But I think Twitch has done a great job at being able to facilitate, having conversation and community. So yeah, when I finally joined Twitch, I was like, oh, this is really fun. I like this. And so it's been good. It's been really great. Yeah.
Awesome. ¿Qué te iba a preguntar? And then while all this is happening, I guess your social media skills like really helped on that area. Was that a huge thing, like how you manage socials? Like was that really helpful, or is this a whole other thing to learn?
I think it has. My dog just pushed me. I think social media has helped tremendously. It's a little bit easier for me to navigate, and I don't have to think about it as much. But when I speak to other folks, it's something that they do have to think about. And so I try not to take that for granted, because it is a skill, and I forget that it is considered a skill. Like there are jobs for this. I've had a job for this. But yeah, I think the way I've had to like market myself or brand myself, which is so silly, but it's definitely helped. I'd be silly to say that it hasn't. And I think my social media recently has taken a turn for a lot more like humorous content, because it's something that I need right now. I'm like, can we laugh about some things? Because the world is ending, but I still want to have a good time, Yes. So I think that's helped as well, and it creates good conversation, which brings folks to my Twitch.
Yeah. Y antes de eso, creo que estabas usando mucho tu plataforma para call out social issues y privilegios y injusticias and stuff like, and I love that you take those risks, porque cuando estás en el mundo de la música y estás creciendo ese mundo y esa influencia, es un riesgo muy grande hablar, y más en Texas, de que donde nunca sabes para dónde va o qué está pensando la gente, es un riesgo muy grande ser that out loud. Y de nuevo, de que por tu juventud, por lo que estás haciendo, por cómo es fácil just like think it's kind of pop culture, where everything should be bubbly and fun, and we don't have to think about things. And then you're enjoying that, and then Leslie comes and tells the truth. A mí me encanta porque I live for those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was oh, Charlie doesn't feel like we should be that loud.
Right here, I'm having to pet him with my foot to keep him quiet. I just want to let you know.
Anyway, yeah, so it was a huge risk, like from my point of view. Were you even thinking about it, or it was like, no, this is what I do?
I think I've always been very outspoken, and it's something that my mom and my grandma have made me very aware of. They're like, you talk a lot. Since I was a kid, they're like, you talk a lot. But two, I've always, I cannot not say something, you know, and especially in the DJ culture, the majority of the music I play all the music that I play has been created by Black people and has been created by Indigenous folks. And it would be remorse of me to not use my platform to like speak my truth. And whether that's at a party, you know, I have no shame hopping on the mic and reminding folks about something. It might kill the mood for some people, but I'm like, what better time to talk about these things when I'm the only one with the mic and you have to listen, you know, like you can't stop me, you know? But I think, again, I can be very naive sometimes, and I forget that, you know, this might be a risk, or this might influence how often I get booked or who attends my events or how much I get paid. But I cannot not say anything. It's just in me. Like I feel like I'm gonna burst. But I think now I am more like cognizant of like what I say and what I do. Do I still do it? Yes, but I'm a little bit more aware now. And I've definitely offended some people or been turned down for certain things that I say or things that I post. But it just comes with the territory. Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, I mean, and for me, it's key, and it's what you were talking about, building communities, and it's such a big part of a quien quieres tener cerca. Like, if someone wants to come to my party, like, they should know, like, what I'm up for. Like, si alguien va a ver lo que yo hago, a mí no me importa que sean menos o más, mientras sepamos todos de qué vamos a discutir o qué vamos a aprender y cuáles son nuestros valores, really. Like, yeah, I think it's more important than ever to, and specifically for those causes, like we need to stand and be loud and be very, very clear, like what are my values and what is moral, and yeah, muy bien. Yeah, I'm glad. I keep thinking about it. Sí, muy bien. Okay. So yeah, and do you have any like, how do you call it? Like, do you have any like activities or something that make to prep yourself, like to ground yourself, to keep yourself sane?
Oh, absolutely. Like before a DJ gig?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Or any, right now, I'm looking for anything right now.
Anything. Yes. I've been able to speak with my therapist about, you know, how to create rituals for myself in for different activities or whatever space I need. Music always helps me, always grounds me. Laying on the floor and meditating. I love sitting on the floor. I love eating on the floor. I love laying on the floor. It just grounds me. So I'll take a moment and like I have a little meditation app. What's it called? It's owned by Black and brown folks. I'll make sure.
Oh, cool.
Here it is. Liberate. Liberate is the app. And I'm not very consistent, but I use it when I know I need it. And I think any type of like skincare, hair care. It's kind of just my me moment. Even brushing my teeth, I try and be more present. So like anything in the like in that space, I'm like very present. I don't have anything playing. I just kind of, you know, take a moment to just be present because the majority of the day I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah, and yoga. Yoga has always been a tool that I use, but I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it out. And I thought I had it down well. Then the pandemic hit, and I'm like, still don't feel at ease. Still don't feel very calm. Yeah, so we're still working for it. Walks though, I've been taking so many walks, and that's really nice too because I can't really be on my phone. I'm not checking emails. I'm not answering texts. Typically, put my phone in my pocket and just kind of don't look at it. But yeah, my walks have been very, very nice, especially at sunset.
Oh yeah, and with your lovely dog that we all love. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Yeah. And I'm also trying. I do a lot of meditation, and mostly at night because I have such a hard time sleeping. So that's when I try and calm myself down. But yeah, I need to walk more. It's so hot.
It is. I that's why I was going. I didn't go at sunset being like, oh, I want to look at the sunset. I went because it was cooler at that time. Still, I would come back so sweaty. But now that it's cooling down, it's a lot nicer. And it's nice for walks now.
Yeah. And tell me more. What else are projects that you're working on? Like what is in the future? Are we gonna take over another industry, or you keeping it on the music end for now?
For now, I think we're gonna stick with music. Yeah, I'm wanting to release a small EP of just tracks that I produce. That's something that I've been working on and I've been very shy about. I think you're one of the few people that know that like this is something that I enjoy doing. So I'm really wanting to tap into that area more. I'm working a lot with an R&B artist named Sheila. She's an R&B Latin artist. She's getting ready to release her project. And so we're doing a lot of shows right now. We're building that up, and I'm really excited to be part of it and be her DJ. So that's something that I'm really focusing on. And I think I'm just going to keep figuring out how to DJ in this time. That's all I got going.
I love it. I mean, what an amazing project. I'm producing it, such a specific thing to do. And I love that. When you were first thinking about music, I remember like we had a few conversations and you were like, it was homework. You were really studying it. You were really getting into it. And it shows cuando produces, cuando no estás nada más ahí picándole, like el primer gig que tuviste ya era un gig bien preparado. Like you weren't playing around, and I admire that a lot about you. And I talked to you like I guess a year ago or something like about producing music, and you were like, I'm not ready, like I'm working on it. And like es de admirarse, like porque tienes oportunidades probablemente al alcance de tu mano, pero y la pudiste haber tomado, pero si no era tu momento y si tú querías darte más tiempo, it's great, and it shows how professional you are no matter where you're doing it.
Thank you, Coca. I appreciate that. Thank you for all the work that you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. I see all the lanes, and you are also taking over the industry. So I just want to say thank you. Whenever I speak, say your name or talk about you, everyone's like, Coca this, Coca that. And I'm like, yes. She's amazing. Yeah, so
you're very sweet. No, it's my pleasure. Again, la gente que conocemos, con quien nos rodeamos, like I'm very proud of our group of friends. Like es muy gratificante saber que cualquiera de los amigos o cualquiera de la gente de nuestro círculo está haciendo cosas importantes y está teniendo en cuenta su comunidad, el espacio que toma y más gente. Like you were never someone to say like, oh no, like we're booked or closed, our group is closed. Like you were all like from the moment I went and reached out and introduced myself, you were open and you were like welcoming. And that's not something that many people do. And especially in a position where you were like, you were somewhat in a cool position, like socially, and you were doing cool things with cool people, and you could have said like, oh yeah, send an email to, like disregard me, and not because of you were mean, but because you're busy, because I'm sure a lot of people reach out to you. So the fact that you're open and you're able to listen, and that you take the time to feel community and to be part of that community, like speaks volumes, and always goes back to you, and people are grateful. I am very grateful for you, as a friend, as a woman, as a Latina. Like every step you take for all of us, and it's something that I'm very proud, and even more so, like call you my friend. Like I'm very grateful for you in your community. My love letter, like live.
I just want to profess my love to Coca right now.
No, it's just something that no creo que todo el mundo pueda contar con eso, contar con amigos así, estar tan orgullosos del trabajo que están haciendo, y creo que yo valoro mucho todo esto, y que, por ejemplo, que tengamos esta plataforma, que el Mexican American Cultural Center se haya acercado a nosotros, porque sabía que estamos teniendo conversaciones importantes y relevantes, y que eso, que ensalzan, que hacen, que se levanta orgulloso de nuestra cultura. Like, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
I rumble.
I think it's also silly for us, or any of us, to feel that we can keep folks out of community. Like, who am I? I just moved to Austin, like at that time, like, or even now, like, I'm not native to Austin. Who am I? And even if you are native to Austin, who are you to date people? Who are? It completely goes against what building a community is, and then we're doing what other folks are doing to us, and it's just a constant cycle. And it'd be silly of me to do any gatekeeping, or not see people as human beings. And I don't know, we all have something to offer, and we're all better together. It's so cheesy, but it's true,
I agree. Yeah. Plus, I started the cheesy moment, so let's dive into it. No, well, thank you so much for your time. Again, I can't wait till I'm party and dancing with you. Do you have, like, when's your next gig? When can people see you on Twitch? I know you are very active there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so I DJ Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays on Twitch. You can find my schedule on my Instagram bio, but I'm on Twitch at 12 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, 2 p.m. on Saturday, and 9 p.m. I do a late night set on Sunday. That's probably one of my favorite ones, because it's all like R&B, slow grooves, and it's just, unwinding and getting ready for Monday.
That's awesome. Thank you again so much for everything you do. I'm excited to hear more from you, and to see what's all the new music that you're gonna bring.
Yes, thank you so much, Coca. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and go vote.
Yes, go vote. Let's vote.
It's time now. Good evening. Bye.